The cafe was just as Lucas remembered it. Soft, warm lighting casting a golden hue over the cozy interior, the scent of freshly brewed coffee filling the air. It was the same place where he and Jaden had first met by accident, but so much had changed since then. Now, as they sat across from each other at the same table, everything felt both familiar and new. Lucas stirred his coffee absent-mindedly, glancing up at Jaden, who seemed unusually quiet. Ever since they had admitted their feelings and begun dating, their connection had deepened in ways Lucas hadn't imagined. But now something unspoken hovered between them, something bigger than the simple comforts of their relationship. Lucas took a deep breath, breaking the silence. So, the photography job in Europe. When do you have to make your decision? Jaden looked up from his coffee, his expression soft but conflicted. By the end of the week. He paused for a moment before continuing. It's a great opportunity, Lucas. I've always dreamed of traveling, working internationally, but it's a long time to be away. I don't know what that means for us. Lucas nodded, his heart tightening at the thought of Jaden leaving. At the same time, he had his own challenge ahead, an upcoming art competition that could make or break his career. Their dreams, both deeply personal and important, seemed to pull them in different directions. I get it, Lucas said quietly. This competition, it's the biggest thing I've ever worked toward. And if I win, I'll have to dedicate myself to it fully. It's not just a local thing. It could mean shows in different cities, maybe even abroad. The weight of their individual ambitions settled between them, a silent reminder that the paths they were on didn't necessarily align. And yet, sitting here in this cafe with Jaden, Lucas knew that their relationship wasn't something he was ready to give up. Jaden's hand reached across the table, gently brushing against Lucas's. Do you think we could make it work? Even with everything going on? Lucas looked down at their intertwined fingers, a small smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. I think we owe it to ourselves to try. Jaden's eyes softened, relief mingling with the uncertainty in his gaze. You're right. It's not going to be easy, but we can figure it out. I don't want either of us to give up our dreams. I want you to go for it, Lucas. I'll support you, no matter what. Lucas felt a warmth bloom in his chest at Jaden's words. And I want the same for you. You should take that job. It's what you've always wanted. But what about us? Jaden asked, his voice quiet. Lucas met his gaze, a sense of calm washing over him despite the uncertainty. We'll make it work. We might be apart for a while, but that doesn't mean we have to let go of what we have. We'll figure it out, one step at a time. Jaden smiled, a flicker of hope lighting up his face. I like that. One step at a time. As the cafe began to fill with the evening crowd, the two of them stayed in their little bubble, talking about their plans, their hopes, and how they could support each other through it all. Lucas felt the tension in his chest ease as they spoke, realizing that they didn't need all the answers right now. What mattered was that they were in this together, no matter where life took them. At one point, Jaden glanced out the window, the fading light of the sunset casting a soft glow over the street. He turned back to Lucas, a playful smile on his lips. Can I take one last picture of you? For old times' sake? Lucas chuckled, shaking his head fondly. You and your pictures. But sure, go ahead. Jaden pulled out his camera, his eyes focused on Lucas in that way that always made Lucas feel like he was the only person in the room. Lucas relaxed, letting the moment wash over him. He wasn't worried about posing or looking perfect. He just wanted to be in the moment. With Jaden. Click. The camera shutter snapped, capturing the easy smile on Lucas's face as he gazed out the window. Jaden lowered the camera, his expression soft as he looked at the image he had taken. I'm going to miss this, Jaden said quietly, his eyes meeting Lucas's. Lucas smiled, feeling the same bittersweet emotion rise within him. Me too. But this isn't the end, Jaden. Just the start of something different. Jaden nodded, a small smile tugging at his lips. More memories to come, right? Exactly, Lucas said, squeezing Jaden's hand. The evening drew to a close, and as they left the cafe, Lucas couldn't help but feel hopeful for the future. They didn't know what was waiting for them on the other side of their respective dreams, but they did know one thing: they would face it together, no matter where life took them. Hand in hand, they walked down the street, the city lights twinkling above them, ready for whatever the future had in store.